Back. As we know, college campuses, they're supposed to be places to learn, research, be inclusive of others. But a troubling surge in anti-Semitism is raising some serious concerns, even about student safety. From hateful speech to acts of intimidation, Jewish students across the country say they're feeling increasingly unsafe. Since October 7th, 2023, Hamas led the attack on Israel. These hateful acts have been on the rise.
Anti-Semitism has been widespread across the college campuses, as you've seen here, most notably at institutions Ivy League, like Columbia University, even UCLA. Individuals and even teachers involved in these protests showcasing their hatred for the Jewish community, and proudly so. Those leaders of these colleges have been highly criticized for their lack of accountability and authority to keep their campuses safe for all students. I want to bring in Yoav Kisch on that, who's an Israeli Education Minister. It's hard to watch, Yoav, and thanks for coming on, to go back in time, and it's not that long ago, to see that video and to see how other students, your fellow students, and even professors that may not have hindered some of that action, and they could have stepped up in moments, and even school leaders, top officials, never stepped up. Talk to us about that and how that could be combated here in the state.
Well, this phenomenon is very disturbing. I must tell you, also in Israel, when we hear about it, because it's threatening Jews and Israelis in campuses. They were not feeling safe, they were threatened. And of course, this is the fundamental thing that you try to support when you're going into higher education, especially in the Ivy League universities. I met yesterday with President Armstrong from Columbia University. We had a very sincere discussion, and she said that she's committed to fighting anti-Semitism, and she's committed to make sure that the safety of the Jews and the Israeli students and staff will be firm in the campus. Now, I must tell you, I was very much surprised to find out that NYU refused a meeting with me. And that's a big question on my side. I would say if I would a supporter of NYU, you know, giving them donations, I would say I stop my donations and I'll wait till I see a firm message from the president saying that he will fight anti-Semitism and they will secure the ability of Jews and Israeli students to walk free in campus.
Wow. Well, making a decision of where to attend college is such a big one. You want students to be well informed that they would feel safe on those campuses. So that's interesting to point out that they wouldn't take your meeting. Wanted to talk to you about some actions we've seen from this Trump administration. He's been a vocal critic of the anti-Semitism that we've seen on campus. In fact, recently signing an executive order to prosecute those who commit anti-Semitic acts on campuses and revoke visas for international students found to be Hamas sympathizers. Could you talk to us about that and sort of what the Trump administration's approach to this is compared to the Biden's?
It's a strong and justful move of President Trump, and I think he's attaching the problem. And we see the problem it's been for decades here in the U.S. in the higher education system, that this false agenda and lies and trying to show a disturbful and wrongful picture of what's going on and trying to educate that and trying to get generation by generation to change their mind because they're eaten with lies. So I'll make it very simple. We have to stop the incitement in these institutes. I really appreciate President Trump's move, not only that, but in this regarding this issue. And I think we have to fight it. We have to fight it in schools. We have to fight it in the universities. And we cannot ignore it. That's what happened here until 7th of October. We ignored it in Israel, and we found out that they attacked us and slaughtered and did this horrific things on 7th of October, and anti-Semitism picked up his ugly head on 7th of October because we did not fight it. We need to fight it.
Yeah.